500 days. That's the number of days the hostages have been held in Gaza. Amid rallies across Israel to keep up the pressure for the hostage ceasefire deal, and amid a lot of uncertainty over the second phase of the agreement, U.S. Middle East envoy Steve Witkoff gave his assurances that there will absolutely be a second phase to the deal.
Well, Maria, phase two is a little bit more complicated than phase one. But phase two is absolutely going to begin. I've actually had calls this morning, I can tell you, about the sequencing of phase two, setting forth positions on both sides so we can understand where we level set where we are today, and then continuing talks this week at a location to be determined so that we can figure out how we get to the end of phase two successfully.
Phase two of the deal is meant to include the release of all living hostages that were not included in the first phase. Most of those are now men who are soldiers or of fighting age, a detail Hamas has used as an extra token in negotiations in order to further its own agenda.
It just is a little bit more intricate and complicated in terms of how we bring the two sides together on this, because phase two contemplates an end of the war, but it also contemplates Hamas not being involved in the government and being gone from Gaza. So we've got to square those two things.
Reiterating the U.S. administration's position on the hostages, Witkoff also attended an event in Miami on Sunday, marking the 500 days since the massacre at the Nova Festival.
We are not leaving anybody behind.
That being said, however, negotiations for the second phase of the deal will only begin after Monday's Security Cabinet meeting. An Israeli delegation has been sent to Cairo for talks meanwhile, but only to guarantee the continuation of the first phase of the hostage deal, which came close to a collapse just last week. With 73 hostages still being held in Gaza, hostage families are keeping up the pressure amid so much uncertainty over the deal's future.